Hello Blood Bowl fans, this video we're going to be looking at a tiebreaker game between Darth Physicist and myself, as we had the exact same record and we tied our own game in Steel Division C. This is a friendly match, so SPP doesn't matter at the end. Whoever wins makes it to the knockouts. Whoever loses gets third place in the league. Our first match was very tight, and I don't really see this one going particularly differently. I think this one will be very tight as well. In fact, if anything, I think a draw is on the cards yet again. And if that happens, then, well, don't know what will happen in that situation, to be honest. Lucas made the decision that it would have gone to the board, so if we play to a tie, then I'm going through, because I've made it to second, and Darth has made it to third through coin flip. But we made the decision to play the game because it felt like a fairer system than the other system. And Chaos v Chaos, this time I'm in the red and he's in the brown. For some reason it changed. Brown, grey, whatever you want to call it. And the guys were too tense to be singing this time. Also, I talked over that whole bit, so that's why I didn't do that joke. Sorry. And Darth Physicist's team won the coin toss and they chose to receive, so I'm on defense to start with. And there's a lot of Mighty Blow. I haven't done a team rundown, but there's a lot of Mighty Blow on both teams. I've got 4, including a beast somewhere, and he's got 4 as well, I think, actually. I don't think a beast has it, no. So he has 3, sorry. So 4 Mighty Blow against 3 Mighty Blow, and he has 3 block against my 1 block. And I have sure hands against his no sure hands. And we both have a 12-man roster. The only difference in the roster is the Minotaur. And to start with, we're going to see this is going to be a very bloody match, because we already have a bribe in the first half. Now, the teams are pretty close in inducement money as well. My team was slightly higher. He could have got a babe, I think. Oh no, I don't even think he could afford a babe. He could have spent money, but because it's a friendly, there's no point. So, we're playing with 2 clean teams. And I actually went for the Chaos Warrior lineup, which I'm now regretting because one of my Chaos Warriors is down, but I wanted him to have to put a lot of players on the line to give me a little bit of wiggle room to get to the ball. I think the Beastman lineup would have seen more injuries though, to be honest, so I'm kind of glad that I chose the Chaos Warrior lineup in the end. Oh, and there's our first foul. Oh, I think it's a good one. Apo time. It works, that's good. And there goes the bribe at least. Oh, and the bribe failed. Well, that's good. That means I've still got a bribe and he doesn't. Now, the name of the game is to pick off pieces one by one here, because that's my best chance. I'm going to stay off him as much as possible, but take out pieces when they're on their own. If I can get a foul on them, even better. And this is the Mighty Blow Beast that is going in for the blitz. Okay, fouling that piece then. With a rookie. Good, just a stun. No ref though, so that's something. And put a little bit of pressure on the ball as well with Gorgon. The name of Darth Physicist's game apparently is to have a war of attrition, which could go either way, to be honest. At the moment he has... well no, at the moment we're equal in numbers, so I don't really see the benefit to taking the war of attrition, to be honest, because it's too much of a gamble. That's why I was going for the pick off one piece at a time strategy instead. But he's got a second injury, well, a second armor break, a second KO for that matter. So I'm down 2 pieces to his 1. 3 pieces, sorry, because of the injury, the Apo injury as well. And fail pickup. Rerolls. Well, he's left the ball on his own. He hasn't really left me a piece to pick off. I'm probably going to go for one of these beasts or this beast here. I'm also going to try and punch this warrior, but it'll probably be a 1-die block with Mighty Blow though. And Minotaur should sort out this one. No foul this turn, made that mistake. Oh, I've got 1 beast left. But still, no foul this turn anyway. Minotaur has a go. And he gets a KO. Well done, Morrigan. And just a push with the Mighty Blow Beast. This isn't really a good matchup for me. Even though I have the strength advantage, I have the armor value disadvantage. So don't really want these 2 pieces standing on each other, especially when the other piece has Mighty Blow as well. Though it's a risk for him even if we do go both down, because we both have Mighty Blow to counter each other's armor. And there was that 2 down risk, but it didn't really affect either of us, so that's not a big deal. We're both fine. He's clumped his whole team on this side and left the ball all alone. He's kind of left the ball where I can get to it, to be honest. If I put down this warrior, this beast can get it. And if the Minotaur stands up, which he does, then this whole team is out of the way. Yeah, 2 down's not really good enough though. I needed... Probably could have re-rolled that, to be honest. But I decided against it. The push didn't help at all. The 2 down was slightly better, because it means he drops the ball, but to be honest I should have re-rolled. Gives him a chance to reposition, potentially. Minotaur's staying down this time. Just a stun, but stun is good enough. And we're blitzing the Mighty Blow piece as well. Just a push. We'll be fine. And attempting the pickup. Works. And sending the ball back a bit, which is going to make it hard for him to score. It's certainly not impossible. And pushing Helga to the end. I can still get to the ball using Helga actually. If I blitz off this piece, then Helga can get round to the ball. And that's what I'm going to do. And blitzing with Mighty Blow. Mighty Blow does his job. Double 6, didn't need Mighty Blow. And if I push down this beast as well, well, he's still in the way there. If he went down, tackle zone would have been gone, but he didn't go down, so the beast has a different job instead. The job is war of attrition. I'm trying to pick my fights though. Trying to wipe out the pieces that are kind of on their own, or the pieces that don't have any skill to save them from being wiped out. I'm just going to leave this running for a second. I have a message I need to respond to quickly, so just ignore me. Right. So the bull's managed to move into a kind of protected cage, and I don't really have the pieces to deal with that at the moment. I'm going to have to use the Minotaur. Or at the very least I'm going to have to use the Beast. The best way, to be honest, is Beast round, block, there, Minotaur hits the bull carrier. That's probably what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. At least it would be if I rolled a bit better than that. That's pretty huge. That means Darth can score, which is really bad news, because at the moment he has the numbers. Assuming that my KOs don't come back. Even now, it's pretty hard to get to the ball with this setup. If he hits this piece, I can at least dodge this piece out potentially. If he hits this piece, then I've got no chance. He could actually hit both. He has a blitz still. And that's good. He did blitz. He did hit this piece, which gives me a small chance. And a shame he didn't blitz this piece, because I could have done it him being down here instead of where he is. Though on the floor it wouldn't have made a difference, and KO'd it really wouldn't have made a difference. So, in hindsight, glad he didn't blitz that piece, but I would have preferred him to blitz this piece here. I don't really have any other option apart from the run through. I'll try and stand up the Minotaur first, stand up this guy first, stand up this guy first. But otherwise, that's my only option as I can see it. The other option is the half die, but it's still, I still have to blitz anyway, so... Dodge fails, reroll. And fails again. It would have been a 4+3+ anyway, so it would have been a difficult roll. Regardless. And then into, I think, a GFI as well, so... It was a difficult ask, but it was anything I had. And then Darth can run well out of the way and stall until turn 8, because I can't stop him. I think this was a very tense match for the two of us, because well, we were both playing relatively well, and we were both putting a lot of impact on getting numbers, because basically whoever had the numbers in this team was better off. At the moment, as you can see, Darth is dominating the field. So, it's very important to keep the numbers as much as possible. He considered the foul here, but changed his mind in the end, which was clever, to be honest. All I can really do is do a bit of damage. I'll try and hit this beast, hopefully I'll get rid of him. Just a stun though. Not good enough. Now I'll take a punch against this beast as well. That's a GFI to get there though. And a skull, so never mind. On to Darth's score. He should score immediately. I hope he takes some blocks, but he should score immediately. And he does take some blocks. Punching the sure hands guy is a little bit too tempting, I guess, but it's just a stun. And that should be it now. Should be scoring. No, we're taking more. That's good. I'm glad he's taking more. I hope he takes them all. Well, that's a dead beast, but it's a friendly game, so he'll be back. And I still hope he takes them all, even with the beast dead. He does hit the Minotaur as well, but he doesn't get punished, and the Minotaur gets stunned, so that should be it now. Nothing else is coming. 1-0 to Darth. Good job. So, one out dead. All 3 KOs come back, which is insane. 1 out from fouling, and KO stays out, which is also insane, meaning I'm 1 player up. But it's only turn 8, so he has 1 more roll on that KO'd goat. If he puts all goats on the line though, I'll do my best to hurt them. Including 3 blocks, a foul, and potentially a blitz. Not necessarily in that order. He's obviously a little bit scared of this team as he puts just goats on the line and the rest way back. Kind of hoping for a riot. Getting 2-0, getting 1-all, going into the second half will really help me on my drive. So I'll set up for the riot just in case, and set up for maximum damage on the line. Here comes the kick. That's not a riot, so just maximum damage. First block is good. First block is very good. This is exactly why I didn't put the beasts on the line. Too much mighty blow. Oof. Second is a stun as well. And that's the last of my mighty blow here, so the only other mighty blow piece is the Minotaur, so he's going to blitz this beast. And I'm going to put him into a position where he can be fouled. Skull 2 down push is not good enough, so reroll. Not reroll. Push and frenzy. And no injuries, so coming in for foul from Helga. Not good enough. And no SPP, so I'm not going to bother with the pass, as it's just a friendly. Alright then, half time. 1 injured for me. 2 out for Darth. And KO stays out. That's really bad news for him. And I get 1 more round of punching the line. Maybe he'll learn and put the warriors on instead. Oh, stick with the beastman. Good. Hopefully I can hurt a couple more. My goal basically is to hurt a couple more beasts, and then when he's down to hopefully 8 or 7 pieces, then I'll start making a slow advance up the line. I need him to commit to one side though, first of all. Mostly I'm going to keep the ball back though, force him onto me. Oh, pitch invasion is bad news though. At least I'm on offense though. Oof, that's much worse for me. That's 5 against 2. But like I said, at least I'm on offense, so I've only got 1 round of them being down. He's got 2 rounds of his stuns being down. Let's see if we can do some more damage. More damage we do. And another injury. And another armor break. And a KO. Well, I'm already down to the required numbers. He's got 7 left on the pitch. Now I'm just going to make sure the ball stays in my hands for this turn. And let Darth make a decision as to which way we're going. He doesn't really have the numbers to slow me down. So unless something horrible happens, I should be scoring this half. Without a doubt. And I want to score relatively early, but not too early. I want to score turn 4, turn 5, because I need to steal the ball from him. And I'm hoping that the numbers stay in my favour. If they do, I can steal the ball realistically and win this game. All my pieces come back. I'm going to pick off this beast on his own. He is the target, and I'm going to do it with a mighty blow piece, of course. And the ball's going to stay back here for now. These guys are just going to screen to make sure there's a defensive line holding the opponents off the ball, because we don't need to move the ball yet. We can also do a foul with this piece if there's no injury here. There's an armor break. It's just a stun, so there's a foul coming. And I'll probably move the ball over here, just because it's safer. Foul doesn't work. So ball's on the move means I need to move the Minotaur as well though, which is kind of a shame, but even there he's kind of in the way. Kind of. Yeah, he moves anyway, so good. Good Minotaur. Well done. Yeah, things are not looking good for Darth now. He doesn't have the numbers to stop this attack at all. Something needs to go crazy with the dice, basically. Otherwise, we're scoring. Well, KO is not good. I hope he comes back after I've scored. If he doesn't, it's going to be harder to win. Then we're probably going to go to a draw again. Try and do a little more damage to this piece that's on its own. I'm going to punch with the Chaos Warrior that's lying down though, because then I can punch him into a fouling position. Although I may foul the guy who's already on the floor anyway. Nah, just a push isn't good enough, but I get another shot with the other Chaos Warrior, who also has Mighty Blow. Punch him back to where he was, and we'll foul the other guy on the floor already. Finally get something from the foul. There's a KO. And quite smartly, Darth uses Zappo. The Minotaur was going to go here, and then I was going to send the ball that way, but the Minotaur didn't move, so nothing else moved. And that's an injury, that's a shame. I'm managing to get my numbers back down. I'm getting closer to the same numbers here. Not really. 9 against 7. And he's forcing me to make the decision, which is clever, but I have to make it now, so I'm going to. We're going this way. And hoping to score in 2 turns. Turn 13 is the goal. 14 is the goal, sorry. That's a stun, that helps, but not enough. We're going to make sure we do some damage to that warrior next turn, hopefully, and the cow is going to go out of the way, just lock up those pieces so they stay out of position. Hopefully he's going to have to use at least 2 pieces to get him down. And he is. That means only 2 pieces can come in support, which is not enough to stop me. He's actually going for a slow attack. I think he's trying to dwindle down the numbers as opposed to stop the charge. I think he understands that the charge isn't stopping. No, he's going to put the beast up there. No, he's not. He's going to bring the beast into the fight. That means he can punch the beastman with a 2-die block. Which is successful. So the ball's got to move up the flank this time. The only thing that can get to the flank is this beastman, and this warrior. This warrior is slightly out of range. The Minotaur staying down is a bit of a problem. It's a lot of a problem actually, because it frees up this beast and I need 2 turns to score. I don't want that beast threatening it. So the Minotaur is actually pretty huge. And the injury is good though. The injury is very good. And we are going to risk it with the ball, hoping to score next turn. The only thing that can get there at the moment is this piece and this piece. There's way too much risk to get to the ball though. He's going to try, I'm sure. But it'll be tricky. He has to dodge, at the very least. And he's going to bring this piece in support probably around the back, just in case. Yes, he is. I'm not going to risk too much. I'm just going to... He does try the dodge, which fails. Reroll. And thankfully it fails again. That would have been pretty hard if I lost the ball because of that. Now, I'm not going to take too much risk. I just want to lock up this piece just in case. So I'm going to put this piece down. This piece is going to come round. Yeah. But that's a 2 down with no block. So, I think F is the right word. But I'm not going to say that. That gives Darth a chance, of course, to stop me, and there it is. Nice and easy. Off the pitch I go. The annoying thing is that I decided to do that first because it was safer than doing the 2 GFIs, because if the GFI failed then I was screwed either way. However, the annoying thing is that the GFIs would have worked. So by making the right decision, I lost the ball. I can still score. It's not impossible at this point, but it's really freaking hard. I've got to use one of these 2 pieces here. And I'm going to do my best to do so. I'm going to have the Minotaur help me a little bit. I'm going to have to take a dice against this one with a block piece, which is good enough, and the Minotaur's going to have to block off this piece here, then pick up the ball. Here we go. And skull, double skull again. So that's it. That's the end of my drive. Darth Physicist goes through to the playoffs. Congratulations to him. Well played, and the second game was just as stressful as the first game. So I've got to give him credit there. He's a damn good player. And I look forward to actually seeing his progress in the chaos, see how he manages to do. Take one more stun just for good luck. And because there's no SPP coming, there's no chance I can score. I'm not doing anything on my turn, and he does the same on his turn, because again, there's no SPP and no chance he can score. So this is actually the last play of the match. There we go. Well played, Darth, and good luck to you in the playoffs. So, 1 death, 13 armor breaks, and 1 touchdown, 17 armor breaks, and an expulsion. SPP doesn't matter in this game. So, there we go. That's it for the playoffs. The Chaos Warriors are done in steel. I haven't decided yet if they're going into bronze or not. I'll decide based on my match against Gorguts, or the 2 matches against Gorguts, if we indeed play 2 matches. That is actually going to be played right after this recording, so hopefully I can get something out of it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye for now.